Years ago, I went to a small church in Hazel Park. I'm not going to go too far into how we got there or any of that. I'm sure you've heard the story from my parents' perspective. If you haven't, I'm sure you will. But I wanted to tell the story from my perspective. You see, when we first started going there, I was at a place of a lot of change. I had just recently been pulled from the school that we've been going to, and we just recently left the church that I've been going to my entire life. It may not seem like a lot, but for 9-year-old me, that was the majority of my life. As we started to go to this church where we single-handedly brought down the median age about 30 years, I began to see the question that has defined a majority of my life. Now what? It's a fairly simple question, but it either has the ability to cripple you or drive you one step further. Fast forward 9 months, and sure enough, God has us move in a different direction. Well, now what? I don't think at that time I fully understood the lesson that God was trying to drill into me. That lesson was trust. Looking back, at the points where I felt the most lost are the points that I've grown the most. It's at those moments where you have no choice but to put your faith in God and trust He has a plan. Shortly after, we ended up in a small church in Romeo. It was there where God started to teach me about people. It was there where I started to learn how and why people reacted certain ways. And it was also there where I started to learn to leave my comfort zone a little. Though I'm still working on that one. 2 years pass, and once again the question arises, now what? But just as we have no control over the arrival of winter, we have no control over when God decides to move us on. And in one of the most seamless transitions, though not as smooth as I would have liked it, we ended up in a small startup church in Richmond. It was there I learned forgiveness and the importance of relationships. It was there that God also showed me a glimpse of what He wanted me to do. And that's part of why I'm making this video right now. And I pray that He uses it to reach somebody who needs to hear it. And shortly after, that feeling of changing seasons hit once again. This time a little different. This time the decision was mine alone. After all those times God had moved us on, the feeling was very familiar. But, there's a lot going on, and we were in the process of moving buildings at the time, so maybe it's just that. But sure enough, it was a Wednesday night, and after the course of events, I found myself in the back of the church defeated. And it was there that the words, "Now what?" once again exited my lips. And it was there, with tears dripping down my face, I heard the words, "Do you trust me?" You see, as Christians, it's easy to overlook the time of preparation. At that time, I wasn't looking at all the times God had prepared me for that moment, but when you take a step back, you can see the full picture. If you're at that place where all you can see is the pain of your past, know that God has a plan. Know that what the enemy meant for evil, God already made a way to turn it for good. If you don't know Him, I ask that you pray this prayer with me. Lord, I come to you a sinner in need of a Savior. I give you my past. Forgive me of my sins. And I vow to serve you for the rest of my days. If you prayed that prayer, tell somebody. Let us know. Leave it in the comments. And for all those people that have been a part of my story, thank you for letting God use you to impact my life. Thank you, and God bless.